Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Rashmi and today I'm going to show you how to make an amigurumi emoji. Okay, so we are going to go for an emoji yellow color and I'm going to be using a 3mm yarn hook. Okay, we're going to start off with a magic circle. So wrap the yarn around your fingers like this. Okay, we're going to work at the back end here. Put your crochet underneath the first one, pull up a loop like this. Okay, yarn over and then pull through this loop here on your crochet. Okay, tighten this loop and you can take your fingers out, and that's your magic circle right there. Let's tighten it a little bit around our crochet so that we can handle it a little bit better. Okay, from here we're going to start off with 6 single crochets in this magic circle. Okay, so stick your crochet underneath. In the magic circle, pull up a loop, that's 1, yarn over, pull through both. In the magic circle you go, pull up a loop like this, yarn over, pull through both, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, once you've got 6 single crochets, go ahead and close your magic circle, and to do this you're going to pull on this bit of yarn. Okay, so pull it close. Okay, now turn it around. We're going to complete this round and close it off by doing a slip stitch into our first single crochet. So our first single crochet, you can always count them, so 1 2 3 4 5 6. This is our first single crochet. I'm going to stick my crochet stick in there, yarn over, pull up a loop, go through the first one like this. Next round, round 2, we are going to have an increase. Okay, start with a chain 1, and now we are going to go back into the same stitch and going to do 2 single crochets in there. That's 1 and that's 2. Okay, now next one, 2 again. So all the way around we are going to go in every single stitch and do 2 single crochets. At the end of this round we should have a stitch count of 12. The last stitch, 11 and 12. So you're going to connect this with your first single crochet right there. If you're new to this, I would suggest that you have a stitch marker in this place. Okay, it will be easier for you to locate. So I'll tell you where you would put a stitch marker. So start the next round with chain 1. We're going to go back into the same space and do 1 single crochet. Now this would be perfect place for you to put your stitch marker. So you slip it in and then you know that you need to go back around, and this is where your single crochet is. So follow this with 2 single crochets in the next stitch. That's 1 and 2. Next one will have 1 single crochet. Next stitch is going to have 2 single crochets. 1 and 2. And this is my last stitch here, so 2 single crochets in here. Okay, this 1 and 2. Now connect this round straight to the first single crochet. Now here, if you had a stitch marker, that would be quite handy if you're new to this. Okay, or if you prefer using it in general. Next round we are going to have another increase, so start with a chain 1. Okay, go back into the same space and do 1 single crochet. Follow it again with 1 more single crochet, and in the next stitch we are going to have 2 single crochets in the same stitch. Now the increase from last round should match this one this time round. Okay, and each time when we do an increase it should always match. 1 single crochet, 2, and then there is the increase, and we're going to have another increase in the stitch here. So 2 single crochets here. 1, 1, and follow this by 2. Finish this round by connecting it with the first single crochet of this round. Okay, chain 1 to start the next round, and in this round we are going to do 3 single crochets. So 1 single crochet, 2, 3, okay, followed by an increase. So 2 single crochets in the same space. Two, 3, and then 2 in the same space. And that's the end of this round. Okay, so we are going to connect this with the first single crochet of this round with a slip stitch. Okay, at the end of this round you should have a stitch count of 30. Now in the next round, start with single crochet, go back into the same stitch and do 1 single crochet, 2, 3, and 4. Now in the next one we're going to have another increase. Okay, so 2 single crochets in the same space. So 4 single crochets, 1 single crochet in each stitch, 2, 3, 4, and follow this by an increase. So 2 single crochets in the same stitch. That's 1 and 2. Okay, this is my last stitch now. So 2 single crochets in my last stitch, and connect this round with the first single crochet here with a slip stitch. Okay, now total count of stitches is going to be 36 in this case. Next one, round 7. So chain 1, 1 single crochet, 2, 3, 4, and 5 with an increase in the next stitch, 1 and 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 with an increase in the next stitch again, 1, 2. Now you can go all the way around and I'll see you at the end here. Okay, so 5 single crochets followed by an increase. I'm at the end of round 7. Okay, do a slip stitch in the first single crochet, and that completes your round 7. Round 8. Okay, start off with 1 chain and we're going to go straight into this stitch here and do 1 single crochet. Next one, 1 single crochet, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 6 single crochets, 1 single crochet in each stitch followed by an increase. So we're going to have 2 single crochets in the same stitch. Okay, so 1 single crochet, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and followed by an increase of 2 single crochets into the same stitch. Just like this, guys, go all the way around this. Okay, and I'll see you back here. Okay, I'm in the last stitch for round 8. Okay, so let's go ahead and do 2 single crochets in the same stitch here. Okay, let's close this off by slip stitching into our first crochet, and there we have it. That's our 8 rows complete. Now from here we are going to start building up the curve, okay, curve part of the face. To do that we are going to have just 1 single crochet in every single stitch. So we are going to do 4 rounds of 1 single crochet in every single stitch. So each round you're going to start off by chaining 1 like this and going straight into the same stitch here and pulling up a loop like that. Yarn over, pull through both of the loops like this. Okay, just like this, you're going to just go ahead and do a single crochet all around. Okay, and we are going to need 4 rounds of this. So I'll see you at the end of 4 rounds. Hi guys, I left you at the end of round 8 and we have worked in single crochets in every single stitch for 4 rounds. Now we are at the end of round 12. Okay, from here we are going to start decreasing our work. Okay, so just to get the other part of the curve to complete this amigurumi emoji ball. Okay, so to start off, again, same way, chain 1 and start every single time with a single crochet in the same stitch as the chain 1. From here, we are going to do 5 more single crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's 5 more. That means altogether there are 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So once you have your 6 single crochets, 1 in every single stitch, you're going to slip your crochet in the next stitch, pull up a loop. Don't do anything to this and slip your crochet back into the next stitch again and pull up a loop. So when you have 3 loops on your crochet, yarn over, pull through all 3 in one go. Now that is a decrease, okay? So we are reducing the number of stitches by doing 1 single crochet in 2 stitches, okay? We're going to follow that around. So for 6 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, okay? And then follow this with a decrease. So stick your crochet in the stitch, pull up a loop. Same thing with another stitch, pull up a loop like this. When you have 3 loops, put yarn over, pull through all 3 in one go, okay? Now 6 more single crochets. I'm going to show you how to do this one more time. So to reduce or decrease, you're going to put your crochet in the stitch, pull up a loop like this. Do the same with the next stitch and pull up a loop. Now you have 3 loops over your crochet, yarn over, pull through all 3 in one go, okay? Now you're going to go all the way around, guys, and I will see you at the end here. So 6 single crochets followed by 1 single crochet in 2 stitches, okay? Now complete this round by doing a slip stitch in the first single crochet that you have, okay, like this. Now we're going to start round 14. Chain 1, single crochet in the same place. Now we're going to do 5 single crochets all together. So that's 2, 3, 4, and 5, followed by a decrease, okay? So 1 and 2, so 1 single crochet in 2 stitches like this. Let's show you one more time. So 5 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to have a decrease. So stick your crochet in the stitch, pull up a loop. Do the same with the next stitch up, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, okay? Now go ahead, do the same thing all around, and I'll see you at the end here. At the end of round 14, and I've already done a slip stitch into my first single crochet. Okay, to begin the next round, we are going to start off by chain 1 again, and a single crochet in the same place, okay? Now we're going to do 4 single crochets all together. So that's 1 and 2, 3, 4, followed by a decrease, okay? So there we go. 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. Go again. We're going to have 4 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, followed by a decrease like this. Okay, go all the way around, guys. I'll see you at the end here. Now we're at the end of round 15. Okay, so slip stitch in the first single crochet. There we are. Chain 1 to start the next round. Single crochet in the same space. Okay, now this time around we're going to do 3 single crochets. Okay, so 1's already there. We're going to go ahead and do 2 more single crochets, 1 in each stitch. Okay, followed by a decrease. 1 and 2. There we go. Let's follow that around. So I'll show you one more. We're going to do single crochets in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Now a decrease, so stick your crochet in, pull up a loop, And the next stitch, pull up a loop. Once you have 3 loops on your crochet yarn over, pull through all 3. Okay, now go ahead guys, go all the way around and I'll see you at the end here. We're at the end of round 16. Slip stitch in the first single crochet like this. Okay, and that completes your round 16. Now before we go on to round 17, I would just pull up this loop a little bit longer so we don't lose that stitch. Let's fill our ball in. Okay, so let me grab some fiber. Okay, so we've got this fiber stuffing. I'm just going to fill the hole up. Okay, so you just go ahead and stuff the ball all the way, and you can keep the tension according to yourself. If you would like it quite firm, then stuff it quite well, and if you would like it softer, then obviously leave some space in there. Okay, now I would like mine a bit firm, so I have stuffed quite a lot in there. Okay, secure it in place by using your thumbs to just guide it in the right place. Okay, now that you've done it, it's going to be a little bit more harder to do the stitches now because obviously our work is being stretched, but make sure your tension is being kept quite firm in this case and pull the work in like this with your one hand. Okay, so I tend to just grab hold of this while working in the rounds now. So the next round that we have is round 17. So in this one we're going to start off with chain 1. Okay, single crochet in the same space. Now we're going to do one more single crochet. Okay, so there's 1 single crochet, so to make the count of 2. All right, so we've got 2 single crochets all together, and we're going to have a decrease now. So yarn over, pull up a loop, go in there, pull up a loop from the next stitch, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Okay, let's go around the whole of this round and finish it off here. We're going to work on this one together so you can see how I'm going to be holding the ball and working at the same time. Okay, so keeping the tension quite firm. So 1 single crochet, 2 singles, followed by a decrease. So 1, 2. So turn the ball around each time, put your thumb in to guide the stuffing away so you can see exactly where your stitches are. Okay, so 1 single, 2 singles, and 1 decrease. One single, 1 single, and 1 decrease again. One single, a single again, followed by another decrease, and keep going around just like this. And this is my final decrease for this round. 1 and 2. There we go. Okay, now this round has come to an end. Let's slip stitch in our first single crochet, and the first single crochet is right here. Okay, and that's that round complete. Okay, now next round, chain 1, go in the same stitch, single crochet. Okay, this time we're going to do 1 single crochet followed by 1 decrease. Okay, so we're just going to keep following that now all the way around. So I've done 1 single crochet. Let's go straight into a decrease now. next single crochet, and a decrease, a single crochet, a decrease now, single crochet, a decrease, and that brings me back to the very beginning. Okay, I'm going to slip stitch in my first single crochet, which is right here. Okay, all right, from here I'm going to chain one, start the next round. So in this one I'm not going to do any single crochets, it's all going to be just decreases. Okay, so stick it in this stitch, pull up a loop, the next stitch, pull up a loop, that's one decrease, do the same all the way around, no single stitches, no single crochets, sorry. Now, so no single crochets, just single decreases. Okay, so one at a time, just keep going round like this in every single stitch, and one single crochets in two stitch at a time, like this. And my last one is here. Okay, now we have two options. We still have a little gap in there, so either we can keep going around and keep doing our decreases, okay, until the hole is really tiny, or you could actually take a darning needle and stitch it in. So I am going to show you the option one, okay, and then personally I think that's the best because it really gives a perfect finish on the top as well. Okay, so let's go ahead. So we're going to stick the crochet in the next stitch, pull up a loop. Now we're not going to do any slip stitches until the end, we're just going to keep going and decreasing the stitches like this. Okay, the next one, there we are, almost there now, guys. And here we go. So we have done decreases all the way, and we've got the tiniest little space in here. When you're left with this, stick your crochet in the opposite stitch across from where you are. Okay, yarn over and pull up a loop. Now we are going to make this loop go through the first loop that we had in on our crochet. That makes a slip stitch. Okay, so now we can actually pull the yarn out and snip from one side and pull it out all the way. Okay, and let's just shape this ball up a little bit, and that creates our perfect ball for our emoji. Okay, so go ahead, get a darning needle, and we're going to stitch these ends in. Okay, so best way to do this is already secure enough. Okay, we are going to slip the needle inside one of these stitches, okay, like this, making it go through the fiber that we filled in and come out the other end. When it comes out, just pull the needle through. Okay, don't pull it too tight that this gets stuck in, like mine has a little bit. Let's just pull it out a tiny bit. There we go. Okay, once that's done, you cut this string, you cut this bit close to your ball right there. Okay, with this part that we've just finished with, okay, that one we are going to just secure the last bit of the circle as well first. So yarn, so put the needle on. We're going to just make sure that the circle is closed perfectly, okay. I'm just going to do one slip stitch with the needle almost, okay, and then stick this in, make it come out from the other end, opposite end, okay. There we are, and pull it out, and we're going to snip this in place as well. Now that's, if we just give it a squeeze all around, okay, and puff it out, and that completes our amigurumi ball. Okay, now from here we are going to draw the features of our emoji on top. Okay, so it's entirely up to you which one you choose. We are going to do a simple smiley face today. Okay, so let me get my stuff and I'll meet you back here. So for a simple smiley face, I've gone for a black yarn like this. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and choose which side is going to be our face, the front. Okay, so whichever one it is, you just make your ball squashed, making sure that this centerpiece, the one that we finished off with, is in the middle. I'm going to make mine go at the bottom. Okay, and there we go. I'm just going to squash the face so we are able to have the features right in the middle. Okay, to make the eyes, I'm going to stick my yarn at the back, all the way at the back, and make the needle come out from the front. Okay, so making sure it comes out where you want the eye to be positioned. Here we go. Okay, this is where I want the eye, and that's where it's come out. I'm going to pull it through. The reason why we do this is because we've tied a knot on one side, okay, and this will allow the knot to get caught into the filling that we've got, okay, and securing it in the process. So if you just pull this out, it should go through and be stuck inside the filling already. Okay, so once we've done this, we've got the thread come out from one end. Now we're going to just make the eye. The eye that I've seen, the normal simple smiley face, is a round oval looking eye. So I've just gone up and through, and we are going to just repeat this process, okay, like this. Once we've got the outline of the eye, we can fill the middle part in as well by doing another strand like this. And that completes our one eye, okay? Now, in keeping with this one, I'm going to have my other eye just round about there. So to do this, instead of knotting or restarting, I'm going to simply stick this thread in and come out from the other side, okay? And this is where I want my other eye to be, right there. So get your needle out through the other side, okay? From here, you're going to follow the same method as the other eye and complete this one as well. Once you finish with the eye, you are just going to put the needle back inside the eye and make it come out from where you want the smile to begin, okay? So let's see where we want the smile to start. So I'm going to have my smile starting here, okay? So guide your needle through like this, okay? And make it come out from where you want to smile, where you want the smile to start. There you are. I've done that, and it's coming out. And the eyes are perfect. So if you would like, you can certainly go ahead and draw a smile out, okay? I'm going to use a pencil so it's not that dark. There we go. That's where I want my smile to be, okay? And let's go ahead and do stitching on it to make it prominent. So starting off with, when you're making the smile, we are going to go in loops, okay? So you are going back into where your thread is coming out from, like this, and come out a tiny bit like this, okay? And this time around, we are going to make our thread go through this loop like this. this will leave a little space like this, okay? Otherwise it would just go inside. And the next one, I'm going to go back inside this loop, come up a tiny bit like so. Again, we are going to stay inside this loop, okay? Like this. Let's go through this again. So making sure you are making a loop with the thread that you've got on your needle. So starting off with sticking your thread inside the previous loop and come out in the front. Keep these distances between the stitches exactly the same, okay? When you're coming out from there, you pull your thread and needle, but making sure that it's inside the loop. If you find that it's not inside the loop and it's like that, just simply thread it through and pull gently until it's secure like that, okay? Now we're going to just keep repeating this process, okay? So stick your needle back into this loop, come out only a little distance further, and make sure that it's inside the loop like this, okay? Keep repeating the process. Go back into the loop, stick the needle out from the other side, and making sure that it's still inside the loop like this, okay? Just keep going around, back into the loop, and just like this, you're going to go around the smile that you drew out using your pencil. And I'm happy with that. So once you've finished, you are going to just knot this up. So once you finish, you're going to close this work off. So to do this, I'm going to stick the crochet in front of this loop, okay? Not inside, but in front right here. So I'm going to go inside the loop again, but from the opposite side like this, okay? And this time round, I'm going to create a little knot. So to close your work off, you're going to go in front of this smile, not inside the loop this time, but in front, and come back on yourself and go inside the loop like this, okay? Now here, I'm going to tie off my work by going back in the loop and just closing it very tight. And that ties off your work perfectly, okay? So make your needle go in that same gap, and we are going to come out from anywhere around the face. It can be literally anywhere. So I've just come out all the way to the end, but if you pull too hard, this is going to go inside and get sunk in. So be sure not to pull too hard, okay? Even if you do, just use your needle to puff it back up, okay? So once we've done this, we're going to go on the other side and cut the thread nice and close, and when you just puff the ball up, it will disappear, okay? And there you have it. That's your smiley face emoji. Now we're going to make the emoji with heart eyes and open mouth, okay? So for this one, I'm going to use a red and brown yarn, okay? So let's go ahead and make the eyes first. So I've got the darning needle with red yarn in it. I'm going to put the brown one away for now. We'll come back to that one. So first of all, locate exactly where you would like your eyes to be, and just take a pencil or a marker of some sort and find out where you would want it to be. I want my eyes to be right around here. Okay, obviously making sure that they are in the center, okay? And I would like the mouth to be 4 stitches down right there, okay? So I'm roughly just making an outline of this, okay? Very faint, as long as I can see, you can see exactly where you want it. That's the main thing, okay? Now, starting off with the eyes. So you stick your needle in at the bottom of the stitch and go, we're almost creating a V shape, okay? So stick it in. All right, like that. Go back into the same stitch and come out from the same space again. This time go through the loop, making it a line like that, okay? So from here, we're going to just do a couple more in the same place, okay? And each time coming down tiny bit, okay? On this side, my previous stitch was there, so I've come down a tiny bit there, okay? There we go. So you're going to stick your needle one stitch below. So my eyes started on here, so I'm going to go on the stitch below and coming out straight in the same place where we did before, okay? Like this. That's just going to make that curved part of your eye, okay? And now we're going to make the other side of the heart, sticking your needle out like this and making it go through the loop and just pull until it's flat. There we are. Okay, let's repeat the process. From here again. Again, going through the loop and there we go. I think you will need one more little bit. Okay. Now that's the one eye done. I'm going to stick the needle in at the base of this and come out from the other side where we want the eye to be, okay, where we did the marking in place. So here we go. So from here we're going to follow the same method and make another eye. Secure it in place by pulling on this thread, and then you can just stick this in, come out from the other side of this ball and just pull. And we can now snip this off like this, okay? Now you can see this, but when you actually squeeze it, this should disappear like that, okay? So that's the eyes complete. Now we're going to work on the mouth, okay? Okay, we're going to go for the black for the smile, okay? So once her eyes are finished, we're going to take the thread, stick it in the corner of the smile where the mouth you want the mouth to start, okay? And before this disappears, I will just stick your needle in at the end, okay? So you don't lose the end anywhere and it just gets secured in place, okay? So keep going all the way, making a straight line. Okay, that's where I want my smile to end, okay? From here, we're going to just secure it in place before you go around the curved part, okay? Because if you start the curve already, it's going to unravel this last stitch, okay? So secure in place with a knot like this, okay? Turn, knot like this. You're going to just from there start the next row. So one bit at a time, you're going to make the whole smile, okay? And there you have it. That's your heart eyes and smiley face emoji. You can use these balls for a key ring or to hang it on the end of your handbag or a school bag. So it's a nice little addition to anything really. Okay, I hope you enjoyed making this with me. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.